everybody, and welcome to this reading. This is a reading about how the divine masculine, how are they feeling right now. So the upper row are the tarot cards and the lower row are the oracle cards. So coming to the first card, we have this Prince of Swords energy. It's this prince, this knight charging. The divine masculines, they wish to come charging towards you, and they're so full of that deep magnetic attraction. They want to come and they want to start a real relationship. We could be dealing with a Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius here. Yeah, air sign. They feel like they want to be with you now. They do not want to deal with the yearning, the longing. There is this strong magnetic pull towards you, and they want to act upon it. I mean, they feel like they want to act upon it. They cannot do it. They are too fearful. But that's how they are feeling. At the same time, you see this shield that this knight is carrying. They're shielding their heart. Even though they feel all this, they feel like coming charging to it. They feel like just closing the distance between the two of you. But they are shielding their heart. They just cannot lose you. They feel like keeping themselves at a safe distance. That is the only way they can keep themselves safe and keep themselves from getting destroyed. Okay, also this card indicates air travel. I mean, there are many twins right now separated by distance. They're two in different countries, in different parts of the world, in different continents. So yeah, there is a strong indication of air travel. A lot of air energy in this card. There's a lot of, like, you can see the grass, the wind, the air, the wind is blowing the grass. It's blowing his cloak. It's a lot of air energy. It indicates air travel. And yeah, they feel like this most of the time. When they're not in fear, they feel like this. They feel like being with you now. They just want to be with you. They want to be around you. They want to just be with you. Just sit doing nothing. They just want to be with you. But yeah, it's their fears which is preventing them from acting upon this impulse. It's almost like a reflex. Their soul is just pulled and pulled and pulled towards you, and they have to exert enormous self-control not to act upon this. It's like they have no control. It's like keeping the intellect aside. Their soul is doing their own thing, and they have to really, really exercise this enormous willpower to keep themselves in check. But yeah, this is how they feel most of the time, to come charging towards you. They're feeling alone. They're feeling very much alone without you. There is nobody in this entire universe who can replace you or who can give you what you can give them. This strong sense of home. See this home in the distance? It's like a small hut, and it's not expensive. It's not glamorous, but it's very basic and very rustic and very, like very natural. And this is how they feel, that you are their natural home. fulfill all their needs, everything, emotionally, physically, mentally, everything. You are everything that they ever wished for or desired in a partner. And this strong sense of being with you, they have a strong sense of being home. At the same time, we see this moon. There are mountains here, and there's the moon. There are mountains are the obstacles, and the moon energy is fear of the unknown. Like they feel like, yes, they feel this feeling of being home, but then at the same time, there is also this feeling of this connection is unknown territory. Like this is just out of their control. They have no control over how they feel and how they want to act, and it scares them, it terrifies them and petrifies them. It threatens their very existence. I mean, you see, these mountains are not really blocking, they're not really blocking the path to home. They're not blocking it. The mountains are beyond the home, but yeah, they're looming in the distance. It's not a real, it's symbolic of how these fears are not real. Like the fears that they are feeling, not real. They're looming in the distance. They're looming in their minds. This fears of losing you. They are just coming from the feminine's point of view. They're just irrational fears. They're fears which the divine masculine is creating for themselves. But for them, it's something very real. It's something they see in the big, like the fears are very big. They're bigger than the home. Looking at this home, the mountains are bigger than the home. They're bigger. The fears are bigger than anything. When you have this treasure, then there is always this fear of losing it. And they will have to find their way towards overcoming these fears. Yeah, they carry the light. The flame of love is there, but then they think that it's like a long and tedious journey towards the feminine. They have to overcome their fears, and they don't think that it's easy. For them, it's something huge. It's something so difficult that they don't see a way. They don't see an easy way. They see that there's a lot of complications. It's very difficult. That is how they feel. But yeah, they do feel alone, and they do feel that if only they could be with you. Like somehow you magically teleport to them and just be with them. That is their heart's desire. Okay, next card we see deception and envy. Okay, you see the divine masculine is wearing a mask. He is deceiving you, but not in a bad way. I mean, the deception is about hiding their real feelings. They are hiding their true deep feelings behind the mask. There's always a mask. They will not let you see their vulnerability. They will not let you see their real face. Their real face, which is like filled with this deep divine love and yearning and eagerness and excitement and curiosity and nervousness, and they feel everything at once. Like this connection, it makes them feel all the possible emotions in the universe at once. Like they're feeling everything at once, and they don't know how to handle it. Overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed by this connection. It just feels like a fairy tale. It feels like something which is just too good to be true, and they are afraid that it might be too good to be true. Like you are so good that how can you be real? How can you be a real person walking this earth? That's how they feel. So they have to protect themselves by wearing the mask all the time. Like they're wearing the mask all the time with you. They are being very, very careful. They cannot make any wrong move, and they cannot risk losing you. The envy is, they're envious of people around you. The envy here, the envious of people who get to see you every day. I mean, assuming that many twins right now, and because of the COVID situation, they are at a distance. There's a big distance. So yeah, they are envious of people who get to be with you. They're envious of people who get to see you every day. Just people around you, your friends, or the people you meet at work or whoever. But they see being with you as this privilege which they are being denied. And they would give anything just to be with you, just to sit in silence with you, just look at you, just observe you. They would give anything for being in your energy field. That being with your twin flame in the same environment, it's like the feeling of being in heaven. You feel that wholeness and that completeness inside your soul. There is so much of physical healing, and like everything is healed. You become one unit. Like there is no separation between you and your twin. You're one soul reunited. Being it's like a feeling of feeling heaven on earth. Okay, in the next card again we have a Knight of Cups twice. I mean, like we have 3 knights in this reading. Okay, notice the 3 knights. There are 3 knights in this reading. Then we have the Knight of Cups twice. And like, okay, I got 2 variations of the Knight of Cups. Like, this is very interesting. Here we have a Knight of Cups who is, who is mounting this dolphin in the sea. And he's raising his cup up towards the sky. And then again we have the Knight of Cups here, who is mounted a horse in the desert, and his cup is like, I can say, not above the crown chakra. Here this cup is raised above the crown chakra. I would say this is this is swinging between 2 energies, swinging between 2 mindsets. Like at one moment in time they are in this mindset. The love consumes them. They are, if you consider the sea as the love, they are consumed. They know they are in love. They know that it's all consuming. It just takes over them. It's like they are powerless. They have no power against the feminine. They are powerless against you. They have no power. They are absolutely powerless. They're absolutely helpless. They are paralyzed. The feeling of being paralyzed, they just feel like speechless. They are absolutely paralyzed. They have no power. And surrendering to this love and being in this state, yeah, it's bliss, but then they see it as something so dangerous. Being in such a state, it is so dangerous. It can literally destroy them. They cannot see a life without the feminine. The world which you have given them, that is the only world now, and if it is taken away, then they do not know how they will survive. It's a primal fear of living, primal fear of existence. Like with you, they feel that divinity. They feel the connection to the divine. They feel the spirituality. They feel the like love, but on a very very high level. This is, I mean, he's raised the cup above his crown chakra. This is love, but yeah, they feel it is so divine. They feel that It's very, very on a different level. Like nobody has made them feel this way or even come close to feeling this way. Like they look back at the 3D relationships that they have had in their life, and this relationship just become irrelevant compared to this twin flame connection. And it's not even a relationship, like it's just a connection, there's no working relationship, but they feel so much already. Like it's really scary, they feel so much already, so they're just thinking that if there is a relationship, what's going to happen to them? But they do want to do this, they do want to fall in love and take the leap of faith and jump into this divine, spiritual, out of this world relationship. The dolphin here, it symbolizes harmony, protection, joy and peace. Dolphins they're from the constellation of Pleiades. They are very delicate, loving creatures. They symbolize love, harmony, protection, joy, peace, everything that we require in relationships. The reason why we enter relationships. Yeah, so this is one mindset, and then he swings to the other side. Here he's mounting a horse in the desert, and the cup is below the crown chakra. The desert is, this is when he's in denial of his feeling. This is when he's fully accepting the feelings. This is when he's in denial of the feelings. Like there's a desert, yeah, there's a stream here trickling down, and like he's far away from that water. The water represents emotions. He's staying away from those emotions, denying them, detaching from them. And yeah, but he's on the journey. Like he knows, like even in this state of denial, even in this state of detachment from his deep emotions, he knows you are the one. You are the one. I mean, you have been the one since they have known you and met you. And even if they don't think it on an intellectual level, like logically this makes no sense, that you feel so much for somebody who you don't really know and who maybe you're not spend a lot of time with. But yeah, the soul is like this. The soul is just jumping out of the body, charging towards the feminine. The soul knows what the intellect cannot comprehend. So yeah, they like that deep knowing is always there. There's always a deep knowing that you are the one. You have always been the one since they have learned of your existence. But yeah, they go into this acceptance and denial. Acceptance and denial. It's like a back and forth, swinging, and it's exhausting them. They know they have to like come into this acceptance and stick to it, but they're taking their time. And here the cup is below the crown chakra, and there's an armor. You see the armor here, there's no armor, but here this knight is wearing this armor, like they're protecting themselves. They're protecting. No way, they do not want to get hurt again. They do not want pain again. They think they can walk away and just avoid this whole connection, but they do not want pain. They do not want to be hurt again. They do not want any sort of pain, any sort of love related suffering again. They have had enough. Because of the divine masculines, they come from the angelic realms. They incarnate from the angelic realms because of how much they can love. They have experienced extreme pain in their relationships, not only romantic, even in their other, the family and friends, and because they love like God. Their love is like very fatherly, almost like God, and they have had their share of excruciating pain, and never have they felt that their love is being reciprocated to the fullest extent. It is only now with you that they feel that there is this 100% reciprocation of the depth of their feelings, which scares them because they know that this equation they will not find with anybody else. It has taken them so long and so much of searching to find you and to be with you, and they losing you is, they don't even want to entertain the thought of losing you. So yeah, the back and forth continues. And having three knights, I mean, you see there are three knights, the cups and the swords, the air and the water, the mental and the emotional, the mental and the love. There's this very strong, this is a twin flame connection. I mean, of course, it's a twin flame reading, but there's a very strong mental connection. There is a very strong love connection. Strong mental, emotional, soul, spirit, love connection, which surpasses the sexual attraction. And of course, there's definitely a very strong magnetic sexual attraction on both sides, very mutual, but what they find is the soul connection, the mental, emotional love connection. It is just out of the world. Like they are terrified by how you just know them, how you can complete their sentences, how, how your soul knows their soul, and how just magical and otherworldly this is. Okay, coming to the oracle cards here. First oracle card says never ending story. Yes, they do feel that this is a never ending story. See this fairy sitting on this hourglass, the clock, like since they have known you, they know that something started, something stirred within their heart, and even if they were not aware of what it was, they did not label it as love or infatuation or whatever, but you stir something deep inside of them from the time they met you, and something started, like the story began. And maybe you both of you have been through a lot in life, and there have been separations and other relationships, and maybe even marriages for a lot of you, and separated by distance, and a lot of life took over, but there is always this story with you which feels like a never ending story. Like there is this story with you, even if they were in another relationship and they were married to someone else, but undeniably there is this story with you which they would call the never ending story. You are a part of their existence, like somewhere in their subconscious or conscious mind, you are there. You exist. You cannot not exist. Once they became aware of your existence, you have always existed in their consciousness, and they cannot delete you, which is frustrating, which is, yeah, it's frustrating. They've had their battles with why they cannot forget you, and why you keep popping up in their mind, and why time, distance, and nothing can erase you from their consciousness. The never ending story that you both share. No matter where you all are, no matter which part of the world you both are in, and where in life, what uh, where in life you are, whether you all are with other people, or whether you all are married to other people, or whether you all are going through some sort of suffering, but like there is, like you exist in their consciousness, the masculine's consciousness, like you're a part of their consciousness. So yeah, with you, they would say it's always a never ending story. We see dragon's lair, the scar. I mean, do you see the scar? There's a dragon here. It looks like there's another dragon here, hidden. And there is this like castle, like this house looks very much like a castle, but like very much like Middle Earth. The Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, the old castle, and it's frozen, covered with like ice, and then there's this water around it, so like you cannot easily access it. There's a lot of water around the castle, not inaccessible and frozen. So that's how this is very symbolic of the DM's heart, the masculine's heart. Their heart is inaccessible and it's frozen. Yes, they have had their heart broken and shattered and tattered and bruised, and this is how now they have frozen it, and they have built this barrier of water around their heart, so there is no path leading to their heart. So their heart is inaccessible. Like you find your divine masculine being emotionally unavailable. The heart, like the interaction is very business-like. Like they talk to you, it's very like superficial. The conversation doesn't really go deep. It's just and it remains superficial. Like the graph, it doesn't go up or down. The steady graph of superficiality and being very business-like, and that's they're doing it because they have frozen their heart, and they have removed all access to their heart because they do not want more hurt and pain and damage. They love the divine masculines because of their divinity, because they are angelic spirits. They have incarnated from the angelic realms, from the archangel and angel realms. They love like that. Their love is divine. I don't think they realize it. They have not realized, and through their entire life, how they love. Their love is very divine. It's away from the earthly love. Okay, it's away from. Yeah, they do get caught up in the earthly love many times, but the essence of their love is very, very divine. It's very heavenly. It's very godlike, and they don't have an awareness of this, but they do know that they really love very deeply, and they feel that never in their life has their love been reciprocated. Nobody can love them the way they love people. Like, why can't there be another me? Like, why can't I have a friend like me? Why can't I have a lover like me who will love me the way I love them? So yeah, they have frozen their heart, and they're guarding, like they are a dragon. When it comes to their heart, and when it comes to guarding their heart, they are a dragon. They can be mean, and they can be cruel, and they can spit fire on you, and you will get burnt. But no way, you are not going to enter their heart. The heart is guarded. It's frozen, it's guarded, it's inaccessible. And they can be the biggest monster in the world when it comes to guarding their heart. So this is, their heart is the dragon's lair, and like, it's like romancing the stone. It's like, him trying to reason out with a stone wall or something. No matter how much you are the one who ends up getting bruised and wounded. But this is a phase. Okay, Spirit is saying that eventually the ice will melt. There will be a bridge built here and they will stop being this dragon. They will open themselves to love. That's the point of the whole twin flame journey. It's not just a twin flame relationship. I mean, it's a whole journey. It's a journey of healing and getting to know yourself and finding your true self, finding union with yourself. It's like you are finally meeting yourself, because we never meet ourselves, in life and the way the 3D world operates. Like, we are always supposed to meet people and we are never encouraged to meet ourselves. Solitary union with our own spirit is never thought or talked about or given any priority in life. Union with yourself. Being happy just being with yourself. When you know yourself, you know who you are, your weaknesses, your strengths, why certain things trigger you and why you behave in a certain way, and what you love and what you don't love, and you are this magnificent creature created by God, and we are never taught to love ourselves. We are never taught to know ourselves and meet ourselves. And this journey is breaking down all those paradigms where it's more important to love yourself, to meet yourself, to be in union with yourself, because the twin is another you. Like, your twin flame is you in another body, the same soul in another body. And until you meet yourself fully, until you unite with yourself fully, you can never meet and reunite with your twin flame. So yeah, initially it's very difficult to gain access to your masculine's heart, because their heart has become the dragon's lair, and they are the dragon guarding their heart. And okay, the next card here is past life relationship. You have known each other before. Okay, this is like something which all the masculines, they feel very strongly. I mean, I'm not saying that all of the masculines, they necessarily believe in past lives or believe in reincarnation. I mean, they may be very religious. They may be religious, they may be following religions which don't believe in past lives, but they know that they have known you before. Like, you are very familiar. There is this, oh, it's you, like, you are familiar, I know you. Even when the first time they saw you or they discovered about you, that you exist, there was this feeling of, okay, it's you. It's not like meeting a new person. It's like remembering somebody from your past. And I'm not saying like years before, like lifetimes before. There is this unexplainable familiarity. You both of you guys may be from different backgrounds, different ethnic backgrounds, different race, different religions, different, like, you guys will be doing different things, the professions. I mean, a masculine could be into this very 3D profession, like, and you could be in this whole mystical profession, like be a mystic, or and there's so much of difference, and there's so much different about the both of you. So there are so many differences, but despite of all that, they feel this familiarity, and they don't really know where. Like, they cannot put their finger on why are you so familiar, and where is the familiarity, and why is it? It's unexplainable, and that scares them. But but yeah, like they feel your family, like, you know, instantly, that like instant family. You're like instant family, like your family. You know, you are not a stranger. They feel that way, like you're not really a stranger, like I have known you, you know, your family. And this instant, like, it's just meeting you is an instant hug, like I know you. And they don't really know from where. It's a past life connection. And then they're thinking, how can I feel this uncontrollable passion? It really shocks them. The passion that they feel for you, it's nothing like anything they have ever experienced. And they don't even know they had it in them. Like, until you walked in their life, they did not know that they could possibly feel this much of passion, or they had inside of them this much of passion, which you bring out. It's all you bring it out. You it was always there, dormant, sleeping, you know, like this, the sleeping dragon in this hole. Like the passion was sleeping dormant, and you are the one awakening it, awakening the hidden passion which scares them. Okay, the next card is deep knowing. And there's a moon, there's this owl, this light and stars, and this like a dream sequence, you know, it's a very dreamy picture, very dreamy, very like a dream sequence. Doesn't seem real. Stars and the moon, and I know there's another star here. Like, everything about you feels so dreamy, you know. And then there's this deep knowing. There's this deep knowing that, like, it's absurd and it's weird that from the time they have met you, they know you're the one. Like, that's not how it works in the real world, and that's not how it works in relationships in the 3D world. You know, relationships follow a pattern. Like, okay, two people, they ask you, you just identify the person. Maybe you choose from like this set of people who you are attracted to. You choose the most attracted to person, and then you like approach them, go out. But this is with you, it's totally different. They don't know you, but they know you're the one. There is this deep knowing that somehow you are their person. You are their person. They carry that deep knowing, like from the time they know you, they know you're their person. Like, you're theirs. You're their person. And this is the soul recognizing the other half of their soul without the intellect interfering. There's no, at the intellectual level, you know, they may not understand this, but this is the soul recognizing the other half of its soul, and that's where the deep knowing comes from. You know, like my soul and your soul, once upon a time we were one soul, and that's how the souls are rushing towards each other. They're rushing towards each other in glorious happiness to just find the other half again. And everything about this, everything about you, and everything about the connection, everything feels so dreamy, so dreamy. That's the only word, dreamy. It's like a dream, you know. And like when they are not talking to you, when they're in their other activities, they feel like they've just stepped out of the dream. Like, there are two worlds, the dream world with you and the real world, you know. And like, they feel so much of detachment between the two worlds. With you, it's all dreamy. It's a dream. They are in a dream, and then they are not with you. And when they are in their real world, their supposed real world, they are like, okay, am I imagining this, or is this dream world also present in my life? Is it real, or is it just like, you know, my mind making up fantasy worlds to escape from reality? Like how children do. Children, they make up fantasy worlds to escape from their harsh reality. So divine masculines, they're thinking that is this dream world a creation of my overactive imagination, or is it something real? Because it feels so dreamy. It feels so dreamy. You know, up in the heavens, it's all heavenly, dreamy. It's so very romantic, there's this undertone of fairy tale playing out, like this is a fairy tale. And they will not be even surprised if just they see a unicorn outside their window. It's that dreamy. It's very, very dreamy. It's very unreal. It's very fairy tale like. And then, yeah, the soul knows what the intellect cannot comprehend. Like they know, there's this deep knowing. They know you're the other half of them. They know that you are them. The deep knowing has always been there since they have known you, since they have set their eyes upon you, since they have known of your existence. They know you're their person. And they know that they can tell you, they can express themselves to you. They're not afraid of letting you know this. On the soul level, they're not afraid of being weird with you or being themselves with you or being, just like, it's like their inner child comes out and they feel this like family, like how kids play, like kids, family. You feel like family, and that feeling has been there with them since they have known you. And then the owl is like wisdom. You're very wise. They think that the feminines, the feminines are, this is everybody's last incarnation. The twin flames, the divine feminines, final incarnation on the planet, and they are very spiritual and very awakened, very mature, very wise. A lot of knowledge from all. They have lived millions of lifetimes. There is a lot of knowledge. They think you're very wise. You're the person, like they see that people come to you for advice, and they like your advice. They like whatever you talk. Everything that you talk, it's heavy. It's pregnant with deep meaning, and you don't do small talk, and that really intrigues them. Like in a world of small talk, you are the depth. You are that deep sacred pool in which they can just swim in. They want to swim in the depths of your mind. They love your mind. They love the mental intimacy. There is this mental intimacy. It's even more exciting than the sexual intimacy. It's on a whole different level. They want to swim in the depths of your mind. They love your mind. They love how your mind works. They love how you interpret the world. Like you see the world in a very different way, and they love it. They love how you everything. They love your mind. They love how your mind perceives the world, the universe, your perception. So different from everybody else. You are different. You are one of a kind. You are the unicorn among the sheep, and they really love that. The sacred pool, they want to like your mind. This is your mind. This is your soul, your spirit. The mental body. They really, really love your mind. They did not even know of the word mental intimacy until they had it with you. That deeply satisfying, fulfilling, joy of connecting so deeply with somebody else's mind. And you have that effect on them, that just connecting, having this mental intimacy with you, it makes them love themselves. It makes them know themselves. It brings back their self-esteem, their self-love, their self-worth. It elevates them mentally. They are mentally high. Like it's like being on weed. Like the high that they experience during their mental intimacy, it's a different kind of a high. It's almost addictive. It's like a drug. Mental intimacy with you. Yeah, this is how they feel about you. This is how they feel. Thank you everybody for watching my video. And all of you all who are sending donations, who are liking, subscribing to my channel, writing lovely comments, thank you all of you all. Okay, all of you all, just have a fantastic day.